even though it's bigger than we expected, we don't consider it a planet, do we?
Well, you know, from a NASA perspective, we really don't care what we call it, what that classification is. And the reason why is this is a body, a system actually, with the 5 moons that are there, that is well worthy of exploration by NASA.
What do we gain from this other than it being so cool and so exciting and reminding us all of Interstellar? I mean, what do we get from this as far as scientific data that we can use in the real world here so far away?
Well, you know, just in the matter of the last 20 years, we've discovered this region called the Kuiper Belt, for which Pluto is the archetype. And there might be tens of thousands of objects like this scattered out well beyond Pluto, a whole brand new region of our solar system. You know, we're uncovering these things only because we look, only because we explore. And what we understand now is that this region is leftover material from our collapsing cloud that created the planets, both terrestrial ones that we know and gas giants. So where does that fit in?
Where does it fit in? Does this give you some idea of when, like, the final entropy is going to bring us all to death?
Well, not exactly, but, you know, by understanding our solar system, which we absolutely have to do, we then understand how we survive as a human species. You know, we're constantly bombarded by a variety of objects. And perhaps at one time, well in the past, we believe the solar system had a major shakeup, bringing many of these Kuiper Belt objects inward, perhaps all the way into the inner part of our solar system, and with that bringing lots of water and other parts of things that we now take for granted and may have produced life. Who knows? This is one of the reasons why science is so important, to continue on this track so that we can figure out where we come from and where we're going.
Jim, you may not see this, but we have a graphic of the satellite, and it says things like Pepsi or Alice or Ralph. What are these things that we're looking at on this vehicle?
Well, those are names of experiments, and we have 7 on board, New Horizons. You know, Ralph makes those color images. Alice makes all kinds of complicated scientific spectra that allows us to tell us the composition. Lori is that really high-resolution black and white or panoramic imager that we've used so often and that everyone is seeing the data from. So these are fabulous sets of instruments that are doing a wonderful job of really investigating this environment.
I wonder, just because this movie has piqued our interests, are we ever going to be able to get to Pluto faster? I mean, 10 years is pretty fast for 3 billion miles, but, I mean, can we get there in a shorter amount of time?
Well, you know, the fact that we have created a spacecraft and we've put it on a trajectory and we've done these things is due to the fact that we're developing the technologies to make these happen. There are enabling technologies that we're doing now in various other parts of our program that we want to leverage to be able to go out to the outer part of our solar system on a more regular basis. One of these systems is the Space Launch System. This is this huge rocket being developed by human exploration. It's, in fact, even more powerful than the Saturn V's, and it will literally open up the outer part of our solar system to us because we'll be able to get out there so much more faster.